welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, I'm at Wigan Yamaha. I'm going to be taking out one of their bikes today, and I've got to tell you, it's a bit of a beast, it's a bit of a handful. Let's just cut to the walk round. I'll show you exactly what I'm on. Let's go. Right then, here we've got the new MT10. Went on the MT9, loved it. I thought that was an absolute pocket rocket. How does this compare? You will have to stay for the test ride. For now, what we're going to do, walk around the bike the usual way. I'll show you a couple of things I like. I've not found anything I don't like at the minute, but you know, we might find out together. So let's walk around, usual fashion. There is our sexy close-up. When I look at this bike, I'm just drawn to this weird front end, and I just don't get that. I know everybody's got their own take on what is nice. I just find this just to look like a pair of eyes and a bit of a beak and a spiky hairdo. I just see like some kind of weird creature at the front. It's weird, I know. It's how my mind works. But generally, the bike itself, other than that, I think is a really nice looking bike, even from the side where you can't see that weird face on the front. It sounds like the standard can. It's alright, it sounds okay, but it's not the beast that it should be. So if that was me, I'd be swapping that. Missing brakes at the back, single disc, twin discs at the front. If I'm not mistaken, it's 4 piston calipers at the front, and they again are exceptional. But you would want that with this bike because it is quick, it needs to stop quick, and I can confirm that it does. One of my favourite things with this bike, in fact on the MT09 as well, was the quick shifter. This doesn't disappoint either, really nice and smooth. But again, please do stay for the test ride so you can see it in operation. A lot of buttons, but there is a lot of technology going on with this bike. So we've got the horn, the hazard lights, we've got your high, your low beam. This does have cruise control as well, so we've got all the buttons for the cruise control. Got a mode button over here. Right hand side, we've got your engine stop start, and then we've got a menu button. A nice TFT screen. It's only small, but it's perfectly adequate. It's got everything on there that you need. Rev meter at the top. We've got a nice big speedo. Your gear indicators there as well. Again, just on how smooth the quick shifter is, it's just nice to see your gears changing, especially when you're going down gears, because you don't actually feel it. You see this change, but you don't notice it with the bike, which I think is brilliant. This bike's that quick, it's got to be a quick walk round, because everything about this bike is quick. What do you think of it? If you've got one, let me know that you're still alive and you're okay, because this bike is brutally fast, and just a little ride down here as, yeah, it's certainly blown the cobwebs off me. It's brutal. Whilst I love it, it's also a reason for me that you should think very seriously if you're going to buy one, because these are rocket ships and they make you go fast, and you can put yourself in danger if you go too fast. So if you're thinking about getting some like this, make sure you're experienced enough to handle it, because it will punish you if you don't, and you'll see on the test ride very quick. Anyway, if you like reviews like this, if you just want to kill 10 minutes of your day, make sure you hit the subscribe button and you come back for some more. Right, I'm gonna go test ride. Stay for it, because loads of fun. The roar. The first thing I noticed with this bike is the tank feels considerably chunkier than what the MT09 did. The MT09 felt really small and nimble. This just feels a little bit chunkier. Not in a bad way though. Not in a bad way. Just feel like you're on something that little bit bigger. I think I'm in for a fun day today. I'm going to have to be careful because the roads are a bit wet. And just coming into Wigan, there's always bloody traffic. I find with Yamahas, the engine is just so sweet that there's just little to no vibration coming through the seat, and you can see with the mirrors there is no vibration with it, so it's just a lovely place to sit. The slightest touch with your foot and it's changing gear, and it's doing it really smoothly, and that is both up and down through the gears. Down through the gears you don't even feel the gear change. Going up you feel that little bit of a click, not uncomfortable, but you do notice it. But going down, no. Oh, look at that. It's like you're on your holidays, if on your holidays was crap weather. We will see when we get to a national speed limit how much of a thrill this gives me. I'm expecting big things because everyone has told me how brutal these bikes are and how basically crazy they are. And it's that I've been looking forward to, if not a bit apprehensive. Nationals. This thing is not just fast, this thing is absolutely mind-blowingly brutal. Absolutely breathtaking. And I should know because I've got my visor up. You probably didn't hear me screaming on the last red light scramble, and you probably won't hear me this time as well. When you do give it the beans, it does just kind of hit you face on, because while there is a screen here and it's doing a bit of, well, it's giving a bit of protection, but you can hear, I'm sure, the wind noise, and that is because the screen itself is quite low. So if I sit up like I normally do, my face is like this height, so yeah, you are going to get a face full of wind. This acceleration is unbelievably addictive. It's my birthday today, so this is an absolute birthday treat. It's actually nice to be able to talk without shouting, and I think that's the problem I'm having with this bike, is it's absolutely awesome, but it's making me want to go faster and faster and faster. Every single time I see a straight in front of me, it feels like I'm not going fast enough, and it doesn't matter how fast I'm going, it's not enough. It pushes you and pushes you and pushes you, but it's absolutely mind-blowing because it doesn't seem to run out of power. It just seems to just keep going, and even when you're doing those silly speeds, if you twist the throttle a little bit more, it wants to take off again. It just feels like it's got an endless supply of usable power there, just ready and waiting. Proper brake test, 30 mile an hour. Yeah, you can feel the ABS kicking in. I mean, the roads are quite wet here. There's a bit of, yeah, let's say they're damp and there's a few soggy leaves on the floor, but 30 mile an hour and it brings you to a stop nice and promptly, and that is what you want with something like this that is as brutal as this. With the speed, you need it to stop quickly, and yes, it does it, and it does it very, very well. So back on the national speed limit road, so I can just do what this bike loves doing. Oh, look at that. Talk about ruin the moment. That's unfortunate. It's just pure brute fun, and I love it. Oh, I need to have one. If only. Money's always an issue, isn't it? I should be able to just go out and buy lots and lots of bikes. It's so nice round the bends as well. Just an absolute joy, that. This for me is the bike. Absolute crazy speed. I love the MT09. The MT09 was a fast bike. That bike felt like a little pocket rocket. This feels like a bloody rocket ship. It is absolutely awesome. I've not been on a bike for a long time that has took my breath away like this has every time I've took off on it. It goes round corners really well. Just loads of confidence in it round the bends. And you know, that's usually not me because I'm a cruiser rider. I like to kind of bimble, but this it just helps you round the corners. It's just such a lovely bike to ride. Certainly my favourite naked, but is it my favourite bike ever? I bet you it's going to be close to it, you know. It's just, I can't find fault with it. Cannot find fault with it. Riding position suits me. The power is well more than what I would ever need. It's just an all-round absolutely amazing bike. Oh, I don't think I have gushed over a bike since the Harley Sport Glide. I've not come close to gushing over something like this. Doesn't matter if you go in 40 mile an hour or 100 mile an hour, you give it a little twist on that throttle and it takes off like you're at a standstill. It just has power just everywhere across the rev range. It's awesome. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this bike back to Yamaha now. I will give this probably the biggest thumbs up I've ever given a bike as far as see, I can't even get my words out. It's actually got me speechless because I thought I would like it because I liked the MT9. The MT09 was one of the best bikes that I test rode last year, and I really did love that bike, and everyone was telling me that this was a little bit more brutal than that, and they basically summed it up perfectly for me, because this bike it's absolutely crazy. It's just unbelievable. I would never ever recommend one of these bikes if you are a new rider, because this bike will be too much for you. You will kill yourself on this bike. But if you're an experienced rider and you're looking for something to take you away from the sports bike because you want a kind of more comfortable ride, you still want the performance, but you want to be sat up and no leaning over the tank and no hurting your wrists riding, then please check out one of these bikes, because you will be absolutely blown away like I have. It's absolutely awesome, and that is going to do me for today. Don't forget, facts and figures coming straight after the test ride, and I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in this bike or you're just after a Yamaha. Go down to the guys and girls at Yamaha. They are really helpful. They've got quite a nice fleet of demo bikes available as well, so if you are interested in something and you want to try it first, just get onto them. Link in the description. Bye for now. Laters.